Good evening. I've been asked to take a minute and share a little bit about my testimony and what the ZMI family has done for me, what they're doing in the mission field. A lot of you know my story, and a lot of you know my testimony. For you that don't, I was an abused child. My father was an alcoholic. Things in life were never good enough, and that was instilled on me as a kid and growing up, that things weren't good enough, I wasn't good enough. All that changed in September of 2012 when I gave my life to Christ at Life Community Church. After giving my life to Christ, I was given the opportunity, and it was presented to me through our small group class, to go to Honduras with the ZMI family and Tom and Brenda. I was introduced to Tom and Brenda. Didn't know what an impact that would have on my life. Next to my salvation in Christ on September 23rd, this was definitely a game changer for me. When we went to Honduras that first time, and to see the way these people live, the poverty, but yet the joy that they have on their face, to see people come to Christ and give their life to Christ, to be able to spend time with the children there, that quality time with the children that don't have fathers. Some of them don't have families to come home to at all. Some of them live with their grandparents. Some of them live with 10, 15 people in a single little 10 by 10 little house. It rewarded me so much because I was able to give the love that I didn't receive as a child to these kids. And these kids meant the world to me. Towards the end of that trip, I knew that God had put in my heart that I need to be in the mission field. Through the jail ministries, the prisons that we were able to visit in Honduras, the jails in Tipitapa, Nicaragua, the way that he can use a person like me and my testimony of the things that seemed bad at one point that now really are good, because he uses it to glorify his kingdom, and to see the change in people, to see an inmate that is broken down in tears because you were able to share and he was able to relate to your story, is a blessing that you can't even describe. One of the great joys of being in the mission field is being able to give these families blessings of food baskets and clothing, the shoe ministry that ZMI has. I remember one day in the village giving this young lady a new pair of shoes. She didn't actually, not even a new pair of shoes, a pair of shoes, because she never had shoes, and it was like the greatest gift that she'd ever received. When you give a family a food basket and they're about broken down in tears because they didn't know where their next meal is coming from. Even used clothing that you're giving these families that don't have any clothes or very little clothes. You see the reaction on their face. It's not just that blessing to them. The blessing that you feel and the joy that you feel that you've been able to help these people out is just undescribable as well. I encourage all of you to support the ZMI family. A lot of you do, in even bigger ways, because it changes lives. It's changed my life. It's changing the life of other people. I encourage you to step out into the mission field and experience it, because if you don't experience it firsthand, it's just so hard to describe. You just can't describe the feelings and the emotions that go through somebody's mind in the mission field.